Commanders fans, I'm speechless. Honestly, I don't even want to make this video. I really don't. But I got to stand up here like a man that I am and face the music and just face it. Because I'm gonna be a fan thick and through and win, lose or draw. But this is probably the worst loss that I've ever witnessed. I know there's been a lot of bad losses, but there has been a lot of times where we've actually had a chance to make the playoffs or make an impact in the league, like at all. We're always at this point. We're usually 4-8. We're doing the mock drafts. We're doing tankathon. We're doing who's going to be the next head coach. That's usually what we do around this time. And this time it just we're all emotionally invested 10 times more than we are usually because we felt like we actually have a chance, and we still have a chance to make the playoffs. But we're talking about playoffs. Playoffs is slowly slipping away. And guess what? The Titans just beat the Texans. And we play the Titans next week. They beat the Texans 32-27. So we could lose to the Titans next week and be on a 4-game losing streak? So we're on a 3-game skid. The Cowboys are on a 5-game losing streak. I haven't even got to Austin Seibert yet. No more calling this man Cyborg. Take his jersey off. His key card should not work. He should be fired today. He should be released today. Put Zane Gonzalez in there. We just don't have time for that. Jayden was bad today. He didn't have a good game. He didn't play well. But of course he pulled off the Jayden Houdini because he just has that magic to him. Like things can be awful and go bad for 59 minutes of the game. And then the last, or let's say 58, he finally woke up with 2 minutes left. He had a drive where we scored. Zach Ertz had a touchdown. That was 3 minutes left. And then we go down. And then he has the Houdini to Terry. Terry was a part of the Houdini as well. And then their defense was just being silly. It was Jordan Lewis and somebody else, the safety. They were just being silly on that play. But Jayden, he does have that magic to him. Say what you want about him. He didn't have a good game today. He didn't play well against the Eagles. But he does have the magic on his side, and he does have the good fortune and the luck on his side, where it's like no matter how down and out we look, with Jayden Daniels, you still have a chance. He still makes something happen, makes something shake, and he did. And Terry did too. But Austin Seibert, even the onside kick was trash, where they ran it back for a touchdown. That was awful. And then the kick to Kevontae Turpin, kicked the ball out of bounds. The whole game plan should have just been doing touchbacks. Touchback on Kevontae Turpin, because he gives them life, and he gave them life today. He did what he was supposed to do. That's what Kevontae Turpin does. That's why he's in the league, is for special teams. Kevontae Turpin starting to make an impact as a receiver. But the main reason why he's in the NFL is because of special teams. He is a heck of a returner. We gave him life. And Seibert, for him to miss an extra point after something insane like that happens, the odds of that happening on your own, we were on our own 10, 15-yard line, for that to happen, the chance of that happening being squandered away by an extra point is just, I felt like throwing up. I really did. I felt like throwing up seeing that. That was just insane. And we should have never been in this situation. The Cowboys are tanking. They are tanking, and they tried their best. They tried their best to lose this game. I'm going to go over the sequence of events of how bad the Cowboys were in that first half, how much they were trying to give us the football game in the first half. They had a field goal blocked. They had another hit the upright. They lost a fumble by Rico Dowdle. They had a botched snap. We blocked the kick. I already talked about that. We blocked the punt. They were called for holding on 3rd and 1. And then Cooper Rush threw an interception that was taken back anyway. But Cooper Rush threw the ball in the dirt to Jonathan Mingo. Mingo was wide open. He threw the ball into the dirt. We got very fortunate. CeeDee Lamb caught a first down pass, like a first down and more. And they called it illegal formation on Tyler Guyton because his leg was like basically a couple inches behind him. And I thought that was a call that, hey, I'll take it for the illegal formation. It's an illegal formation, but the ref could have let that go. He really could have. So we can't blame the refs. We can't blame anybody else but ourselves. We have to look in the mirror and do a lot of soul searching. And I'm not even going to say Jayden's hurt because he's running better. Like, he ran better. The touchdown run was good. He had a couple runs where he looked like the Jayden before the rib injury. He really did. This was the most healthy he's looked probably since maybe before the Panthers injury. This is probably the best that he's ran the football in a long time. He wasn't good. B-Rob's hurt. Eckler's hurt. B-Rob went out. We couldn't run the football. Cliff wasn't great. I'm not gonna blame the whole thing on Cliff. It's a combination. Like you can't just pick one guy and maybe Austin Seibert. I'm fine. If you want to blame Austin Seibert, sure. But we shouldn't have been in this situation anyway to just roll out on a kicker. We were 10-point favorites. The last time we were 10-point favorites was 2007 with Todd Collins against the Cowboys. This is Cooper Rush, backup on their offensive line. Andrew Wiley now is concussed. Biotic went out. I mean, now we're on third string guys with the offensive line. Drops left and right. Noah Brown with a couple of drops. Eckler had a bad drop at one time when Jayden did throw it. He hit his face mask right in the face, but he still should have caught that pass, in my opinion. There was one sequence where we went 3 and out, and Jayden literally ran to the right 3 or 2 times in a row. It was the same thing over and over, just running to the right, running outside to the sideline. And they were sacks, I believe, because if you run out of bounds and you're still in negative yards, that's considered a sack. Whether you ran forward or not, that's considered a sack. Yeah, 4 sacks. Jayden took 4 sacks today. Cooper Rush had a good game, and Cooper could have looked even better. Like, he missed a couple open guys. And they had some penalties that took some plays back. Shoemaker was wide open for the touchdown. That was just a backbreaker. And it was deja vu from the Eagles game. It really was, because it was a situation where the defense held up for 3 quarters, but the defense can't. Our defense, they're not. We have a middle tier defense, a solid defense. They can't stop the run. They're not good at slowing down the run. But when they play hard for 3 quarters, the wheels kind of fall off. The wheels start to fall off, and that's what happened against the Eagles. Like, they kept getting stops, and then right in the 4th quarter, the wheels just fell off. And then Saquon ran for that big run, and then Shoemaker's wide open for a touchdown. The wheels were starting to fall off at that point. Yeah, Rico Dowdle, 19 carries for 86 yards. You can't slow down the run game. You give up 86 yards on the ground to Rico Dowdle, you're not going to win like that. I'm not blaming the defense. The offense was terrible. 3rd downs, how bad we were on 3rd downs. Jayden was really bad on 3rd downs. I'm not going to say he was seeing ghosts at one point, but it was really bad at one point. It was really bad. 3rd downs, 3rd downs. We were 4 for 12 on 3rd downs. 4 for 12 on 3rd downs. The Cowboys were 2 for 11. That's how bad they were too. Like, they were awful. They were not trying to win this game. They really weren't, man. They were trying to give us the game in the first half with all the special teams mishaps and blocked punts and whatnot. They were trying to give us the ball. We had so many good opportunities with field position. We had the ball at the 40-yard line on their territory. Still found a way to just kick field goals. We missed a field goal. Should have went for it on 4th and 2, and Dan Quinn decided to kick a 51-yarder. We missed that one. B-Rob did drop that pass that ended up being an interception. That was a drop on B-Rob. That was a drop. He dropped it. We had a too many men on the field penalty. Frankie Louvu played well. He had a couple bad passes. And then Jeremy Chin had a big play. So Dan Quinn should not have challenged that first challenge. The guy, we've seen that happen so many times. Zach Ertz has done that a couple times where he's caught the ball, but he hasn't held on to it, and then a player strips it, and they call it an incomplete pass. I feel like Zach Ertz has done that a couple times this year. So Dan Quinn, from seeing that earlier on this year, should have known better not to challenge that. You got to let that go. And I'm not saying that's why we lost the game, but we could have used that extra timeout for sure. Bobby Wagner or Johnny Newton forced a fumble, and then Jalen Tolbert had a big drop in the beginning of the game that could have been a easy first down to get into the red zone. He dropped a pass. That was big. That was when Quan Martin blocked the kick. So the Cowboys did everything in their power to give us the game. They really did. Brandon Coleman, I feel like he struggled a little bit today. The center had a terrible snap to Cooper Rush. Ferdarian Mathis blocked the punt, so good job on him. We're gonna have to sign a running back. Chris Rodriguez, we just released him, so we're gonna have to sign him back. I thought they should have gave more carries to Jeremy McNichols because he's just a stronger runner than Eckler. Eckler he's just a finesse runner, and I felt like we need more of an in between the tackles runner this game with B-Rob being out. And Cliff should have had Jeremy run the ball more. He should have had the ball. He should have had Jeremy McNichols run the ball more, in my opinion, than Austin Eckler. Jeremy McNichols, he had 3 carries for 22 yards. And Austin Eckler had nine carries for 22 yards. So it took Eckler 9 carries just to get to where Jeremy McNichols got with 3 carries, and that makes no sense to me. I get the name of Austin Eckler and all that, but Jeremy McNichols is good. He's a good running back. He's a really good second string running back or third string running back. Like when he comes in, when his number is called, you got to give him the football. Ben St. Juice, of course, gets beat by a no-name guy I've never heard of in my life. Jalen Brooks, I don't know who this guy is. I know who he is now. I've never heard of the young man in my life. Ever. Never heard of him in my life. Jayden Daniels ran for a touchdown. He looked good on the touchdown run. He looked very fluid. He ran really well. Ben Sinnott had a nice block. Noah I pass interference. They were calling a couple. They called 2 pass interferences on Noah I today. Jalen Tolbert had the touchdown catch. Jayden Daniels pass tipped on 3rd down. That was awful. Jeremy Chin had a big hit. That's where they challenged, or Dan Quinn challenged. He should not have challenged. And then we had another 3 and out after that big hit by Jeremy Chin. Like, we didn't deserve to win. Like, when you get big plays like that from the defense where Jeremy Chin literally hit-sticked the guy who scored the touchdown, Jalen Brooks, and just hit-sticked him like that, that was a big play by Jeremy Chin. That was a big boy play. Mikey Samerstill had a pass breakup on 3rd down, and we had another 3 and out after a nice play by Mikey Samerstill. John Bates, awful. John Bates, just stick to blocking. Don't use him as a receiver. Do not use him as a receiver at all. His receiving privileges are gone. That's it. That was a terrible, terrible fumble by him. That was awful. That was really bad. And it was a fumble. Like, you couldn't challenge it. Like, I know Dan Quinn wanted to challenge it, but, like, everybody in the building knew that John Bates fumbled the ball. He fumbled it. That was a clear fumble. And that was, like, one of the best passes all day. Like, that was a good play call by Cliff. Like, Jayden did a fake pitch to Austin Eckler and then threw it to the middle for John Bates, who was wide open. Like, that was one of the better plays by Cliff Kingsbury. De'Ami Brown had a couple catches today. I thought he played well. This was a better game for De'Ami today. And that's it. Yeah, Seibert missed the extra point. Like, Terry McLaurin, like, wow, that was insane that he made that catch and run after that. Like, that was not supposed to happen. And we've had so many good, fortunate things roll our way. It's kind of like the good fortune runs out. You know, when so many things run your way, like the Hail Mary, and I feel like there's some other fortunate plays that have gone our way, or just things that have gone our way in our favor. And it's just not going to go like that. The Hail Mary was an interception. He didn't throw it far enough. You know, I don't know if it's because of the ribs still that he wasn't able to throw it far enough, but we didn't really get it. He didn't give us a chance. Jayden didn't give us a chance on the Hail Mary. Like, even if somebody caught it, it was still not even in the end zone. It's not going to be tapped up in the air. Like, the Cowboys, they're like, hey, that's not going to happen to us. We're not going to let that happen to what happened to the Bears is not going to happen to us. I think the Bears actually are winning, too, in overtime. The Bears actually just lost. They just lost. So, right now, it's a lot of soul searching, man. We are slowly slipping away from the playoffs. And that's the frustrating thing, is that, you know, as a Commanders fan, you want to be confident. You want to talk trash. You want to talk a bunch of trash like I was doing this whole week. And you just can't do it. You can't do it, man. You can never be 100% confident in this team. And I learned my lesson. So the Titans game is a toss-up, man. We might be underdogs in that game. I think it's a home game, but we might actually be underdogs. I don't think we're going to be underdogs. It doesn't really matter because we were 10-point favorites. And then New Orleans next week. Marshawn Lattimore, what's up, man? What's going on? What's up, man? What's up with Marshawn Lattimore? What's up? Let's see what happens with him, man. I don't think he's going to play this weekend either, or next weekend on Sunday against the Titans. But this was a frustrating loss, especially against the Cowboys, man. Like, wow. I'm still in shock. I really am in shock. I can't believe it. I'm losing my voice and all that, but it's going to be hard to eat for Thanksgiving. I don't even want to, like, I feel like crawling up in a bowl for the rest of the week. Like, Thanksgiving is going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough for me. It's going to be very hard. And it's definitely messed up my week, for sure. But keep your head up, guys. Keep your head up. As always, there's always next week. There's always another week. You got to keep your head up moving forward. And, you know, you take one step back to move forward. You know, you take a punch. We're getting punched in the mouth right now. How do you respond? How does the young rookie quarterback respond? You know, your backs are against the wall. How do we respond? There's always going to be adversity. Not everything's going to be peachy creamy. I know everything was going peachy creamy this whole season because we were 7-2. We were riding high on our high horses. We got punched in the mouth. How do you respond? I know there's going to be a lot of panicking fans and all this in the comments saying we're terrible, we're frauds. I don't think we're frauds. I think we're going through a rough patch right now. But we're not playing good football. This offseason, we gotta get another receiver. And we may have to not revamp the offensive line, but we gotta get some guys in here, man. We gotta get some guys in here on the offensive line. All right, you guys. As always, Hell's Commanders, man. Keep your heads up. As always, man. As always, I still believe in this team, man. I still believe in this team. I still think there's a legitimate playoff chance. I really do. I really do. All right, you guys. Hell's Commanders, don't get your heads too down. Enjoy your week. Enjoy Thanksgiving. I will be on here, obviously, before Thanksgiving, but enjoy the week. Don't let this get you down, guys. Hell's Commanders, peace.